Shalom Yasharala and happy Shabbat. I hope that you all are enjoying your Shabbat. Is just coming in. Well, it's been here for a while, but I'm in here in the Bible just studying. These are some evening studies, I suppose, with Ahyashah. So I'm in the book of Daniel. I was doing a small recap and just kind of reminiscing on some of the books of the scriptures that solidified me in my faith. And I remember Daniel was the first book that I started in. And if any of you have been on this channel from the time in which it came about, there were stories. Well, actually, my apologies. There were videos when I would be reading in the book of Daniel, and then I would be breaking down the prophecy. And those videos are now in private. But Daniel was the first book that I started in, and it liberated me. And I remember reading chapter 4 in specific, and when I read how the Most High abased King Nebuchadnezzar, I remember praying to the Lord earnestly. I was praying the prayer in chapter 9 of Daniel. I believe chapter 9. Let me just confirm, because I'm hoping that it is. Yes, in chapter 9, verse 18. I would present that verse to him, and I would ask the Lord to abase me. Because when I read about how he humbled King Nebuchadnezzar, we read the dream that he had and the description of his might and his power and the influence that he had on all ends of the earth. But the Lord, the only being able to abase him, I was astonished and I was in love, and I was pleading for the Lord. I was supplicating for him to abase me. Like, Lord, I want to be abased too. Humble me too. Like, I want that. You know what I'm saying? I want that. And if any of you have, again, been on this channel from the beginning of its inception, you all may remember videos in which I was reading from the scriptures every day, and probably releasing like 2 and 3 videos per day reading the scriptures. But I was homeless during that time. So I was receiving my abasement, or my abasing, I apologize. And that was like the best experience of my whole entire life. Like, I enjoyed it, and I'm thankful for that experience. And I'm also thankful that I had my little cousin to be able to accompany me as a witness during that experience. There were a lot of things that I would share with her, pictures, like so many different things that were manifesting in the spirit and things like that. But anyhow, just to kind of bring it back, I'm in here, and I read my apologies, I was reading in chapter 3 first, and because that was the chapter that like left me in awe, like so I started in chapter 3, but now I'm in chapter 4, and I'm just overwhelmed with so much joy, because it's like, oh my God, I'm remembering again, and it's like it reinstills the fear that was initially instilled, but with so much more experience and different trials, different tribulations, different afflictions. It's like it's reinstilling that fear, but it's a whole nother fear that you have in the Lord. I wanted to share verses 34 through 35 and chapter 4 of the book of Daniel with you. These verses read, "And at the end of the days, I, Nebuchadnezzar, lifted up mine eyes unto heaven, and mine understanding returned unto me. And I blessed the Most High, and I praised and honored him that liveth forever, whose dominion is everlasting dominion, and his kingdom from generation to generation. And all the inhabitants of the earth reputed as nothing, and he doeth according to his will in the army of heaven, and the inhabitants of the earth, and none can stay his hand, or say unto him, What doest thou? That doesn't need a lot of breaking down. It's basically letting us know for starters, we nothing. We literally nothing. We are the inhabitants of the very footstool, the footrest of the Lord. We're nothing. And we can give the Lord nothing. We can't serve the Lord from our very hand, because everything that we have was created by him. There's nothing that we can do to serve the Lord from our own hand. We can't. And like, you continue to read, and it tells us that he does according to his will in the army of heaven. If it is in the will of the Lord, that's just what it is. And we read these scriptures, and we read the prayers of Manasseh. We read the prayers of our forefathers. And there are some prayers when there are statements like the judgment of the Lord is just, and that we are deserving of this judgment. But I don't think we understand as a nation the importance of understanding the sincerity of that saying, that you are indeed meet for the judgment that the Lord has met you with. It don't matter what you think you've done to please him. You are reputed as nothing. I am reputed as nothing. We are reputed as nothing as a whole, mankind in general. So you can't do anything if it is in the will of the Lord. Even if you are out here on the byways and highways, or posting videos of teachings and following the law to the best of your ability, keeping faith as strong as you can, there is literally nothing that you can do, because you are nothing. So if it's in the will of the Most High, that's just the way it's going to be. And if that doesn't scare you, I don't know what will. I don't have any more to say. I hope that you all enjoy your Shabbat. I know I will be enjoying mine. Shalom.